And right now on Border Region TV, we're speaking to Big Tom McBride, who's just come off stage here at Monaghan's very first country music festival. How did that go for you, Tom?
Well, I'm trying to recover after it because it was a hectic night, and the amount of people that was out there on the streets, and as far as you could see down the streets and that, people, all you could see was heads and that, and it was some feeling now, I'll tell you. It was lovely to see so many people coming out to see country music and our kind of music, and I tell you, yeah, I wouldn't mind going through another few nights like that.
Oh, the band was really in tune tonight. Everything went very well. We have an excellent sound system here at the Monaghan Festival as well.
It's excellent, but when you're on stage, it's hard to know what the sound's like away from, when you're behind the microphones and the speakers, you don't know what way the sound is. But my manager was there, and he said that the sound was brilliant and it was great. So we take his word for that.
So if we take it back, how long is it since you first stepped foot on a stage?
Nearly too long for the memory. The first night I went on stage was about 1961. And we played a lot of small local halls, local clubs and local halls and that round Monaghan, and we never went any further afield than Monaghan for them years. And we were enjoying it. We did it for the bit of crack and that time. I remember we had one of the lads had a Ford Anglia that time, and we used to take the gear on it. And we were playing one place, it was a place called, just the name of it doesn't come to me, but I can tell you, there was a hell of a bray up to it. So we had to get out and push the car up the hill, and to get to where we were going to play. But we have a lot of great memories. But like the first lot of years, we were doing it just for sport, and then from 1965 or so on, we probably started to take it serious and brought more people into the band, and then we recorded the first record in 1966, and the rest is just
history, as I say.
Well, it's history, is right. Yeah, it went from strength to strength, and we've been flat out since that. 1966. Well, we did a spot on television. We did a spot called Showband Show. And Joe Dolan was on it the same night, and Larry Cunningham, and we were nobodies on it. But they were on it, and people seen us. So we were highly delighted, no doubt about that, yeah.
And then the booking started rolling in after that, I'd say.
They did. Before that, we were playing in the county. And John McCormick now became a manager before that show, and he got us the spot on the Showband Show, and after that we were starting to get bookings out of the county, and you'd move into the next county, and then after that you'd move into another county beside it. It was they're all linked from one county to another, and finally, like when Gentle Mother came out and got a lot of players and that on the radio, it was a lot easier for the managers. It was an easier job because people were recognising that the songs that we were doing, and Gentle Mother was a big hit for us.
And then you started to move across, and you played over in London a lot?
Well, we used to play. There was one thing about London, way back them times, London was full of Irish people, and there was about 5 or 6 halls in London, probably more. But you could go to London and play London for a full week, and you'd play a different hall every night, and they were all Irish clubs and that, And that, unfortunately, that died off there back about 5 or 6 years ago, and a lot of them halls closed, and the last one to close was the Galtymore in London. And we played the last 2 nights in the Galtymore, and I always say this, that it was 2 of the saddest nights I ever played. because there were people there that met, and couples met and that, and got married and maybe had families and that, and they had great memories of the Galtymore, and you could see them dancing round there, and you could imagine there was tears in their eyes and that, you know. And it was probably one of the saddest nights I ever played, but that's it, life goes on.
Yes, everything has a beginning, everything has an end, indeed. And you've built a lot of friends up over the years. I see here tonight, two of your good friends were here, Michael Cummins and Father Brian Darcy as well.
Well, that's right. The first radio interview I ever did was with Father Brian Darcy, and that was around 1966, or maybe the end of 66 or early 67. And I've been great friends with Father Brian since that. A lovely man.
Yes, he still does his own show, I think, from his home on BBC Radio 2 on a Sunday morning now.
Yeah, so I believe. I don't hear that show now on that, but he's been a great priest for the show bands, you know. And he runs a night every year in over in Lanesborough or in Edwardstown, and you get all the bands there and that, you know, and it's a great night and a bit of crack and great night's crack.
So can you tell us about your latest album?
Well, that was an album that I had started singing songs like The Geisha Girl and a lot of old songs like that way back years and years ago, you know, and they were sort of more or less forgotten songs for me, and we decided we were going to do an album, and I learned some new songs like Shopping for Dresses and you know, a lot of the new songs that's on the album, and we put these older songs on the album, and it's I'd say it's probably one of the best albums we ever done, and it's the best maybe sound that we got on an album yet.
Well, best luck with the new album, and well done tonight. And I see you've even played overtime, about an extra 15 or 20 minutes, so fair play to you, Tom.
I will be looking forward to the bit extra in the pay packet.
It always helps.
Everything helps. Every little helps.
Well, thank you for talking to Border Region TV, and the best luck for the future.
Thank you very much for doing the interview with me and that, and what I wish is the very best of luck on Border Television.
Thank you.
Thank you for the dancers. You can have a wee rest. And we'll be back. We're going to show the table. It's an old time waltz, and they come with a track from our latest CD. And this particular track is one we've written ourselves. It's called The Little Seashell.